Hey, Ineffably Sublime podcast community, I'm Deej.
And I'm Mitch.
And we are your guides through the fascinating realms of our show. Here at Ineffably Sublime, we're all about mind-bending discussions, intriguing insights, and a touch of whimsy.
We love to believe this podcast is where curiosity meets laughter. Let's embark on another episode of Ineffably Sublime.
Hey there, Sublime Squad. Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Ineffably Sublime. I think this is episode 17, and I'm here with Spectre the Sapsucker, Mitch. How we doing, Mitch?
Yeah, that sounds gross. I'm doing good, buddy. How are you?
Spectre the Sapsucker sounds gross.
Sapsucker. I'm not I mean, I understand that's what a woodpecker probably does, but that's weird. It's gross. It just sounds gross.
I mean, do they all... How many different breeds of woodpecker are there?
8.
Oh, good answer.
No, I'm lying. I have no clue. I would just assume that there was one. Yeah, I know.
8.
Yeah. That's what I figured. I'd just throw a number out there and make it sound like I know what I'm talking about, but I got no clue.
You know what you're talking about. So, all right, well, what's going on? What, you left early the other night, and
yeah, sounds like that was a very good idea.
Yes. Your sanity would have been lost like mine and Godak's.
That's nuts. When you had said that went down, I was like, well, no, it was running just fine whenever I left. And then apparently it just decided to shit the bed, apparently.
Dude, it was like it would blow cups out the bottom and then just like shove them into the flap.
Really?
And they were just fucking destroyed. Like, we were like, what the fuck? Like, it made no sense, man. Like,
yeah.
We were gingerly placing cups in there. Like, we weren't slamming them down. It didn't matter what we did. It was just blowing them through. And then, and it was random. It never happened in any particular lane. It just would do it. And then we would get the problem under control for a while, and then it would just miss foils. Like 4 rows.
Oh my God.
So
yeah.
like the catch at the end, like the reject bin, was just ridiculous.
I bet.
Oh my God! Like I was like, I've decided that I can never ever, no matter how bad it is, run Almond alone on line 5.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just shocked that it was that bad. Shocked.
And like, I remember at the end of the night, Godak's like, thank God you were in here, man. I might have lost my sanity. I'm like, yeah, but I wasn't in here that much. I mean, I was in here for a little bit, but I kept having to run materials for, the girls in the other room. And they ended up bringing line 2 up at like, I don't know, 3 a.m. Like,
why?
They pulled Marla over and like, oh man, it was just, it was something. And then at the end of the night, like it was probably 5:30. And I had like just got done with my last break, and I come back in, and Chris asked me to get rid of the cardboard for both lines, and meanwhile Godak's in there running the line, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna run this cardboard, and this random contractor just shows up, and he just starts like trying to yank the forklift from me, and I'm like, bro, I have some shit to do. Like, I understand that this forklift is leaking. I said, what I have to do is maybe 10 minutes worth of work. I said, if you can just chill for fucking 10 minutes.
Well, yeah.
Let me get this done. I'll give you the forklift. He's like, oh, yeah, sure, no problem. And he keeps coming out and he's bothering me every 2 minutes. He's like, are you done yet? And I'm like, dude.
Oh.
Knock it off. Like, and he's just hanging out in the cheese room. And I understand it's like hot in there. So he keeps walking out. And I'm like, all right, listen, like I have 2 things to do. All right, I have to do this stuff, and then I will give you the forklift. He's like, oh, well, when you're done, why don't you just pull it in this room over here? And I was like, yeah, no problem. So I get done with everything, and the room's not open. So I'm like out there, like, trying to get the door open. Meanwhile, the line's in there fucking up. And I'm like, bro, like, I don't know why do I have to do this?
Yeah.
Like, that's not my job to do. So this guy's like, he's like hounding me about it. And I'm like, bro. So I finally, like, I get it pulled in there, and he's like, all right, let's back it up and pull it onto this piece of cardboard and get this wood underneath it. And I'm like, dude.
No, that's not your job.
I was like, I'm not doing that. So I did it once, and he's like, we got to back it up. I'm like, listen, bro, I got shit to do. You can do it. And I just logged out of the forklift and went.
Well, yeah. That's crap there.
And I went in there and Godak was just like, are you all right? And I'm like, I'm good, man. I'm sorry. I was like, Froggy, the freaking Elmer Fudd guy over there is like, Froggy, the forklift guy is more trying to get me to do all this shit. And I was like, I apologize. He was like hounding me about it. And he's like, it's all good. He's like, I'm losing my sanity in here, and I'm like, it's all, I'm fine. I'm in for the rest of the time. And then Deb come walking over and was like, can you get me a tote? And I'm like, no, that guy just jacked my forklift. I don't. It's like, I'm done. She's like, oh, that's fine. We'll just leave it for days.
Holy Toledo. That
I know. And then the other two, the day shifters, they didn't come in till like 25 after because they had to do all the SOP, and Jess was asking me about all the QA shit and yada yada yada, and I'm just like, yeah, it is literally, I would have rather spent my whole weekend running from Freddy Krueger and my fucking nightmares than do what we had to deal with.
Yeah, that was bad. That was a bad weekend.
Yeah, so I was over it. I ran out of there so fucking quick.
Oh, I bet. I would have too. Oh, yeah, it sounds like I left at the perfect time then.
Yeah, so it was something.
Yeah. Well, I got to enjoy myself going to Pittsburgh with my fellow squanchers, as I call them. Headed down. We went to Top Golf. Had a good time. Shoulder hurts. My hip hurts. My back hurts. My stomach hurts. Other than that, I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, a lot of swinging.
Wow.
A lot of swinging golf ball. We played 3 games, which basically is 20 swings each game. So I swung the club 60 times.
Damn.
Yeah. And of course, you know, you always want to try to go for distance. So there's a lot of times I was swinging for the fences, and oof, yeah.
Listen, man, I don't care what anybody says out there.
Yeah.
Swinging a golf club is fucking hard.
It's not easy.
It is. It looks so fucking effortless, and golf is one of the most boring things to watch on television. But by golly, I've done that one time. I went to a driving range, and I have no desire to do it again.
Yeah. It's a tough sport, and I mean, like I said, this is just a driving range, and you got these big, huge targets, which you would think if you would look at what the range looks like, you would think, oh, I'm gonna score every single time I'm on here. You know, it's very difficult. It's when you're not a golfer, it's like 80% luck, just absolute luck if you get it in any of the targets.
Right.
But it was fun. Yeah, like I said, I enjoyed some cheese fries. That was pretty good. We went to Dick's Sporting Goods. Hung out there for a bit at 2 floors of Dick's. I pulled in and I said, man, this is a really big Dick's. So this is one of the biggest Dick's I've ever seen. I said I was going to walk in and tell them that this was the biggest Dick's I've ever seen. And I'm sure they've probably heard that from immature people all the time. But yeah, they had a really nice selection of a lot of things.
I would have walked in and been like, wait a minute, this is a sporting goods store, and then just walked out. No thanks.
Yeah. But yeah, we had a good time. We had a real good time. It was
our buddy, our listener friend Ryan, who I thought he'll probably appreciate this. Do you remember Vine?
Yeah.
Okay, so my buddy Ryan and my buddy Stoey, they're like best pals, and they had this. I think it was a remake of a Vine, but irregardless. Listen to me.
Oh.
Regardless, it was still hilarious, and basically what it was them. You know, it was a 7-second video, but it was them inside Staples, and they were like looking at actual Staples off the shelf. They're like, "Whoa, Staples sells Staples." If that's the case, then it transitions to them just running into Dick's. Like,
jeez.
I was like, this is genius. Like,
that's good. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Speaking of good food, though, this morning, I went and decided to try Wendy's breakfast. I never had it before.
Oh, I never have either.
Yeah, so I got I think it was called had a long name. Which is like, why? Like, can't you come up with something? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was just like the maple bacon chicken croissant something. And I was like, all right, that's what I want. And it took forever to order it because I just felt like I had a birthday while saying the name of the item. And I said, I want whatever the sauce was. It was like some kind of maple butter cream I was like, give me that on the side because like I know like what's in it. I've looked at the ingredients, but like I just don't trust. Like I don't want that all over my sandwich if I don't know. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah, I gotcha.
So I said, give it to me on the side. So I'm glad I did that because when I got home, I opened it up and I smelled it and I was like, this smells like feet.
Ew.
It smelled like maple syrup all over somebody's grody ass feet. So I was like, I'm not putting that on my sandwich. I threw it straight into the garbage and I put regular maple syrup on it. It was damn delicious.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to try Wendy's breakfast. I've heard good things. Not to change the subject, but I'm gonna no, not really. We ended up stopping at the Brookville McDonald's.
Okay.
And then I ordered a McGriddle meal with a hash brown. But I didn't talk to the people. I just ordered on the screen because we sat there and ate.
Okay.
So I got the hash brown, put that hash brown right in the McGriddle. Ho, ho, ho.
Next level, man.
Telling you, that was epic. I'm going to say, like, truly. Ooh, and then the other one, I got an extra one because one of the boys didn't want his hash brown.
What? That is criminal.
It is. Well, he had a pretty big breakfast. He had a lot. He said how much I loved it. And he's like, oh, hey, Mitch, do you want mine? And I'm like, I do. So it would be Autumn's uncle, Len. He's like, you know what you need to do? He says, you need to put ketchup on that hash brown. I was like, I do? He's like, that's what I always do. I was like, okay. So, a little nervous. But then I'm like, okay, well, it's a potato. You know, well, how is this any different from putting ketchup on a tater tot or French fry? That was also, I'm not going to say epic, but it's like a notch below epic. Do I want to call it not sublime? But it's below epic. It was very good. I recommend that to anybody. And it might be one of those people might do it. And they are probably thinking.
That's what I do.
You always put ketchup on it?
I don't like spread it on there, but I dip it. Yeah.
I never thought of doing that.
Really?
Never. Yeah.
I absolutely love that. Like, it's like, I will get, anytime I go to McDonald's, I will literally get like, I don't know, 4 hash browns in one shot.
Yeah, I had 2, and I had a McGriddle and, well, I mean, I had the one hash brown in the McGriddle, but then I had a separate hash brown, and I was pretty full.
Huh.
Yeah, it was good though.
Yeah, that is next level. Their hash browns are top tier.
Yeah. Now, have you ever eaten at a Raising Cane's? Have you ever heard of that place?
Heard of a Raising Cane's, never eaten there.
Autumn's cousin Kurt, who we went with, apparently this must be a southern, like there must have originated in the South, because him and his wife lived in South Carolina for a while. So when we got down to Topgolf, it had like grand opening and it said Raising Cane's, and I'm like, Raising Cane's? I'm like, I've never heard. He's like, oh my God. He's like, this place is fantastic. He's like, there's literally 4 things on the menu. That's it. It is nothing but it is a chicken finger place.
Huh.
That's it. You either get chicken fingers or you get chicken fingers on a bun. And then you get crinkle cut fries. And he's like, we have to eat there whenever we're done. I said, done. We will. Well, I ate too much at Topgolf and was not hungry. So I ended up, we pulled in and I ordered for them. They got food to take home with them. It did smell very, very good.
Man, I still would have got food to take home.
I should have. It was a regret. I knew there was pizza at home waiting for me though too. But I was just so full and I was just like, nah, I'm like next time. I'll get something next time. But yeah, I do regret it. Nah, I do regret it. But yeah, it was and the lady threw me off really, because when you go through the drive-thru, she's like, I get up to the thing and she's like, hey, you want some chicken today? And I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, yeah. I'm like, I want this. It was just kind of threw me off a little bit.
I mean, yeah, it should have.
Yeah. I just thought she'd be like, hey, welcome to, but when she, hey, and I'm like, well, hey to you. Like, right back at you, babe.
Tammy and I got a new coffee, which I know that if you know me, that's a big deal in our house when we get a new coffee that is like exciting. And this is our second one in a week that we've gotten.
Oh,
so if you're not a coffee person,
yes,
notoriously flavored coffees, like that when the coffee grounds themselves have a flavor, they're usually pretty bad.
Yes.
So I've never been a fan of it. So we got this it's called cinnamon coffee cake flavored coffee grounds, and we decided to make cold brew with it instead of hot coffee, because we thought maybe that would change the game, and we were totally right. It definitely changed the game. So we've been raving about the cinnamon coffee. Then we ordered coffee from this company called Bones Coffee, and it's like decadent dark chocolate coffee, and we made cold brew with that, and it is top fucking notch. Yeah, so I had a cup of hot coffee this morning, followed by a whole cold brew of that, and
good Lord. Well, yeah. But it sounds like the coffee is quite splendiferous, right?
It is splendiferous. Yeah,
that was the word I was trying to think. When I was silent there, I was trying to think of that word when we were texting each other the other day. What word it was that I used?
Definitely splendiferous.
Well, that's good. Nothing like a good splendiferous coffee.
I hate that you don't, as my personal friend and spirit animal, I hate that you don't like coffee, but it is what it is.
It is. And I don't know what it is. I can't do it. Like, it just tastes absolutely terrible. No matter what I put in it, no matter how much I put in it, I can't do it. I've tried iced coffee. I've tried hot coffee. I've tried coffee with 3/4 of the whole cup is sugar and milk. And I just can't do it.
Hey man, it ain't for everybody, I guess.
Yeah. The way I get looks when I say I don't drink coffee from some people, makes me feel a little self-conscious at times.
Yeah, because you don't drink the nectar of the gods?
Yeah.
How dare you?
That's exactly. They're like, what do you mean you don't drink coffee? There's some people like, I don't know a single person in the world that doesn't drink coffee. I said, well, now you do. I'm one of them. Yeah. Yep. I can't do it.
Hey,
never have, never will.
It is okay.
It is.
You'll be forgiven instantly.
Well, I'm glad.
Yeah, no worries. I'm never going to pressure you into having coffee.
You better not.
Never.
Okay. Good.
Maybe peanut butter on your burger, but that's for another podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are talking about phobias.
Yeah.
And phobias and all the weirdest we're not going to talk about the normal ones that everybody knows about. We're going to talk about some really fucking weird phobias and the name of them and why I don't even know why they exist, but I guess that's why Maury Povich had an entire career based off of these fucking phobias. So
I just saw a TikTok a couple weeks ago when he did a show, and there was a woman that was deathly afraid of olives. And one of his staffers came around the corner. He's like, here she comes with olives. And the lady comes around the corner, and that woman just screams.
Dude, I've seen the same thing. People with afraid of fucking mustard.
Yeah.
What?
Oh my God. I can't stand it. It just cracks me up so bad because she just starts. She ran to the backstage, just scream. It's like, it's olives. I don't some things I understand, like spiders. I don't have a, we'll get into the, everybody knows what the word is for that, but spiders don't really do it for me. I don't get freaked out by spiders, but I do by other things.
It depends.
I can see people screaming.
My fear of spiders realistically just depends on how sudden the appearance of it is. And how large and scary it looks. Yeah,
the girth is very big. The girth is big, but the girth is a factor.
If I'm just gonna, suddenly find, the sudden appearance of a spider, okay, there's a bunch of factors. I'm not an arachnophobic person. But if I see, like a spider crawl, rappelling down onto my bald head after a shower, I'm gonna kind of be like, holy, like, narrowly missed death. And then I think it was last summer, I had, I just like was hanging out on my back porch and I just happened to like look over and I saw the biggest spider I have ever fucking seen. It was humongous and it was so scary looking and so gray. And I was like, what? I don't even know I was so terrified of this thing.
Oh, man.
It was so big. And I was like, it was just hanging out on the window on my back deck. I was like, dude, I don't know what to do. So
what did you do?
I threw a shoe at it.
and how did that go?
It died.
Did you kill it? Okay. Yeah.
Just like it was just terrifying. I don't even know what it was like. So
some of them
I could never live in like Australia, dude. Fuck that.
Oh yeah. You hear those stories of like the size of the bugs and shit there. Nope. I couldn't do it.
And like I don't even know we don't live in an area where they could run wild, but like I don't know what I would do if I just saw a scorpion in my house. Like,
yeah, scorpions would freak the shit out of me, especially with their little pincher thingies up in their tail and shit.
Yeah, and like I know that like people in Australia have to check their shoes before they leave the house because scorpions can hide in there.
Oh my god, I couldn't even imagine.
Like what the fuck?
No,
that's some crazy shit.
It is crazy shit. Here's one thing we haven't done. We're just gonna pivot real quick. Every day is a holiday. We didn't do this at all.
Shit! I forgot about that.
Yeah, and there's not a whole lot happening. So today, the day that we're filming. I always say filming. I don't know why I say that. That we're recording is Love Your Pet Day. I do that every day. All my little petsies. And then the 2 that will happen before this hits the air will be on the 22nd of February is National Margarita Day. And then the 26th, that'd be the day before this drops, would be Tell a Fairy Tale Day.
Oh.
Yeah. So there we have it.
And then like, let's see here. So the day this drops, there's nothing.
No.
The 28th is Public Sleeping Day, and this year is a leap year, so 29th will be next Thursday.
Yeah. Yep. Happy leap year. I guess I don't know. Do people say happy leap year?
They do not.
Yeah, they should. We should start that.
Next week, maybe we should do an episode about leap year.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some interesting.
We talked about it at one point, so
yeah, let's do it. I'm down.
I
am down. So down. So yeah,
right,
I wanted to pivot there real quick there. Sorry about that. Now
you're totally fine.
Get back to my phobia stuff.
So let's talk phobias and I'm sure everybody's got some kind of weird phobia. But these are phobias that are really niche.
Yeah, they are niche. Do we want to do a little history? Do we want to talk about I just brought up an article. I didn't send it to you, but it's
That's fine. You can read it.
Okay. This is the first written reference to phobic problems. It was in the works of Greek physician. I'm going to say it's Hippocrates. It looks like Hippocrates, but I'm pretty sure it's Hippocrates, I say.
Hippocrates.
Hippocrates. I might call him Hippocrates because I always remember there's did you ever watch Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
No, yes.
Okay, so when they're doing their history project, and then they get Socrates from from back in time, and then they called him Socrates the whole time.
Okay.
So that always has stuck in my mind. So I'm assuming Hippocrates is actually Hippocrates, but I might call him Hippocrates. Now he lived all the way back from 470 BC to 410.
Oh, the days of yore.
The days of yore. That says BCE. What the hell's the E at the end? Before Christ existed? I don't know what the E means.
No, that's not right.
It says right here. Yeah, BCE.
Common era. Before Common Era.
Oh.
It's used to. I mean, it is true though. It's used to refer to the years before the birth of Jesus. So
Yeah. So there we go. See,
before Christ existed, dude. I love that.
Ooh.
But like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Because BC stands for before Christ.
Yeah. So that's why I thought, BC was, before Christ. So then when I saw the E, it's like, okay, does that mean exist? Before Christ existed?
But so I don't know. Oh, before Christ, before common era. This chart makes no sense, but that's pretty funny, dude. Oh, wait, that's what it is. Okay. That's what it is now. It used to be just BC. Now it's BCE.
Oh.
So either way, man, it checks out. Before
it does check.
Christ existed.
Yeah. So we're going to say before Christ existed. Hippocrates before Christ existed.
Damn.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. In one of his works called the Seventh Book of Epidemics, Hippocrates described a condition in a man named Nicanor, Nicanor, Nicanor. We'll call him Nick for short. So whenever Nick went out drinking, he would get terrified of the flute or maybe the flute music played by the musicians. As Hippocrates wrote, when the piper began to play, the music immediately threw him into such a great fright that he was not able to bear the disorder of it.
Oh, right there, number 15. Allophobia, fear of flutes.
Yep. For some reason, in the daylight, he was fine. Okay, so the flute music bothered Nick at night, but it didn't bother him during the daytime. So he liked the flute. He liked daytime fluting. He didn't like nighttime fluting.
What on earth?
Yeah. Let's see. Hippocrates didn't actually come up with the term phobia. That word wasn't used until nearly 500 years later when the Roman doctor Celsus used the word hydrophobia, literally water fear, to describe someone who seemed to have a horror of water due to rabies. Jesus, people with advanced rabies may have tremendous thirst, but be unable to drink and averse to water. Huh.
I've heard that.
Okay, so it seems like, I'm not going to go through all of this because then now we go into Sigmund Freud. He starts doing his thing here. So the first recorded phobia was poor old Nick, scared shitless of flutes. Only not at night though. Only at night.
That is very strange.
Yeah. Yep. So there we go. Big old Hippocrates before Christ existed. And we got some nighttime fluting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It is.
Yeah, so I guess that pushes us right to number 1. The first one is a blutophobia or a bluttophobia, however you want to pronounce it, and that is the fear of bathing or cleaning oneself.
Ooh.
Why would anybody fear that?
Yeah, because that would be those people got to be nasty. Like, would that be like a water? Like how we talked about they were talking about the one guy that had to fear. That was people with rabies, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hydrophobia.
I mean, there was a man, Almu Haji. He was a Persian. He was born August 28th, and he lived until October 23rd, 2022, and he didn't bathe for 60 years.
Ew. How crusty was that guy?
He was pretty crusty.
Yeah. So, yeah, it looks like a lot of hydrophobia is kind of like a rabies thing.
Yeah, so he had this. He had a blutophobia.
Okay.
So he didn't bathe for 60 years due to emotional setbacks in his youth.
I think it just sounds like he's lazy.
I mean, that's Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't. That would be beyond disgusting. Like, at least, I don't know, like, spray yourself with something. Maybe he did that. But that would. I mean, I know, when you have toddlers and stuff, oh my God, trying to get Izzy in the tub sometimes was like terrible. Like, riddled with dirt and gunk and stunk and everything. But then they eventually go in. There wasn't no full on like a fear of it. It just didn't want to.
Yeah, so weird, man.
Yeah, that's probably one of the grossest ones we'll probably hear. Oh,
yeah.
What the hell? Genophobia, the fear of knees. Who in the hell is gonna look at a knee and just be like, blah? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so wild.
So
Genu, is it Genu or Gunu?
Genu.
Genu, okay.
A fear of knees may be repulsed by how knees look, or they may worry about their vulnerability to knee injuries like ACL tears and knee dislocations. They may experience anxiety when seeing or touching knees or having to kneel.
It's like, all right, time to kneel. I'm like, nope.
Listen,
nope.
Just a quick disclaimer from maybe the both of us. If any of you guys have one of these phobias and we fucking laugh at it, we're sorry. Like,
yeah, we should.
Some of them are so weird, but like, whatever. You know what I mean? If you have it, you have it. But
yeah, we do feel bad. It would be interesting to know if anyone does have any of these.
Yeah, like, or we don't mean anything by it. We're not trying to be, discriminatory. But like, I picked a list of the weirdest phobias I could possibly find, and they all showed up on a list of strange phobias. So if you have one of these, whatever. But the next one on the list is papaphobia, and it's fear of the Pope. So why anybody would fear the Pope?
Oh, I tell you what. Well, not this one, but the one last. I don't know. Remember, was it Francis? I don't know. The one, he was freaky looking.
I mean, he was pretty freaky looking.
Well, yeah, but this one was straight up. I mean, he had looked like goddamn Palpatine from Star Wars. Let's see, Pope.
Do it.
Was it Pope? No, Pope Francis is the one that's now. Pope.
Oh, they just got a new one. They just got a new guy.
Yeah, Pope. Do I type in Pope history? Maybe Pope history. I feel like it began with an F. Definition: Pope history pictures. Oh my God! See, you can tell how religious I am. I can't remember what their names are. There Pope he Francis. Is.
Which one are you referring to?
It's gonna be Pope Benedict.
Oh yeah, dude, he does look like.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Scary. Oh yeah, this new one, he doesn't look all that bad, and the Pope that we had growing up was Pope John Paul. He just looked like a nice old man. Yeah, this guy just looks straight up scary. So I'm totally down if you're scared. If you're scared of the Pope, like look wise, then say no more. I'm totally with you.
I mean, realistically, you're going to be scared of anybody if you see him in a dark alley at night and they're walking up on you. Just, if it's the Pope and he's dressed, head to toe in Pope wear, like
the big whatever the big hat thing is, and doesn't he walk around with a big long staff too? Does he walk?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd be scared to death if I'd see that walking down the street.
Yeah, depending on the level of sobriety you're experiencing at the time, like.
Oh, I could be full on sober, and that would still scare me.
Sober as Judge Judy, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, what's the next one?
Oh, okay, here we go. We're on to number 4. It's phobophobia, the fear of phobias, or of developing a phobia.
I mean, I could say that we probably all have that.
Yeah, I would have it. Because I Yeah, well, we'll hit what my biggest. Do we want to? Yeah, do I want to? My biggest phobia is, I would say, probably like clowns. I really, really freaking hate clowns.
That's I'm surprised that's not on here. Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, is it?
Calorophobia.
Galoro.
No, caloro.
Caloro.
What? Coolro? It's number 11 on the second list.
Number 11 on the second. Chlorophobia. Yeah. Coal? Okay. So I've got that. I cannot stand clowns. I remember. I don't remember. It was one of my older sisters went to a birthday party, and then I went in with my mom to pick her up, and this clown came running towards me, freaked me the fuck out. I mean, I just full on cried and freaking cried because this thing was ridiculous looking. And since then I can't. Here's one thing that is crazy. I think for first grade, I dressed up as a clown. Maybe it was to try to cure my fear of being a clown, but I didn't wear clown makeup. I put on a clown costume, but I put on a Zorro mask.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. It's very interesting. It's kind of stupid now that you think about it.
I mean, hey man, you got to do what you got to do.
But in first grade, that was the prime time to, when you get the plastic masks and stuff. I could have easily been, any Star Wars character. First grade, I don't think G.I. Joe was popular then, but I could have been, a bunch of things. But I chose to be a clown with a Zorro mask. Fucking weird, stupid. But ever since then, and there was to my Clearfield people, around my age, in the old McDonald's, when you would first walk into the one side, there was the dining area in the back. I could not sit there because there was a painting of a clown on the wall. It wasn't Ronald McDonald. It was just a random fucking clown. And I could not sit back there because I know that clown was staring at me whenever I was eating.
So you weren't a fan of Ronald McDonald?
No, I am not a fan of Ronald McDonald.
What about the other McDonald meat mascots?
Oh, I'm fine with Hamburglar, Grimace. They're all fine. Yeah, Ronald though. Yeah, no, he can fuck off. There we go. Name of the episode: Ronald McDonald can fuck off. No, I can't do clown.
The amount of times in which Mitch says something so random that can fuck off during the week is one of my favorite things about you. Like earlier this week, you're just like, "Oh, Teddy Ruxpin, he can fuck off." Like,
well, Teddy Ruxpin was an asshole.
Like, what? He didn't fucking do anything, brother.
He did enough. He didn't teach you shit. 2XL was the way to go. When it came to what did Teddy Ruxpin teach you things? Because
he told stories.
I'm sure they were stupid. I think maybe my hatred for Teddy Ruxpin is because I did want one and I never got one. So I just developed a full-on hatred for him. I didn't like the way he dressed. I didn't like how his eyes moved. I didn't like his voice. I just thought he was an asshole. But yeah, like I said, I told the stories of the 2XL teaching, and that thing taught you shit. And it made you take tests. You had to take you took a quiz at the end. And then if you didn't get it right, I don't know what happened, but I don't think anything happened, but that son of a bitch was awesome. Yeah. Yeah, Teddy Ruxpin's a dick. Ronald McDonald and Teddy Ruxpin can both go suck a fat one.
It's like, oh my god, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
That and then Andy giving me the Texas Instruments need to stay in Texas. Like, it's the greatest quote of 2023. So random, such a hard opinion. Like, I said like I'm gonna make a bunch of T-shirts that just have really random hard opinions on things.
Yeah.
Just like Teddy Ruxpin can fuck off. Like, Texas Instruments need to stay in Texas. Like, just like one of them is just going to be a cartoon picture of a bottle of maple syrup inside the fridge.
Yeah. And that one throws me off. I don't know if I can try that though.
I can't. There's no way.
Yeah.
It says right. We looked. I don't know where you went, but we looked on Walmart.com. I went there and I looked right up a thing of maple syrup.
Yeah.
And it says right on the back, refrigeration not required.
Yeah. See, I don't know why you would want to. Because everyone says, oh, yeah, well, I put it in the fridge, but before I use it, I heat it up. No. Just leave it room temperature. Because what? No.
Now, real maple syrup, if you buy real maple syrup or what claims to be real maple syrup, it needs to be refrigerated.
Oh, see, I'm not going to go that far. I'm not that fancy.
Yeah, I mean, I've bought it from that like there's a local place that they sell it at like the farmer's market. Or if I see them, I will buy it, but it goes quick. Like or the stuff that we got from work in the maple leaf bottle.
Yeah,
that needs to be refrigerated.
Oh, I still haven't even opened it up yet.
I mean, it's probably fine until you open it, but once you open it, I would refrigerate it. But literally, you can use it all in one shot. Like, there's not much.
Now, do you do this with, because I'm not a salad dressing guy, because this is what Autumn does. Salad dressing stays in the cupboard until you open it. Then once you open it, it's got to go in the fridge. Correct?
It depends on what it is.
Oh. Like ranch? Italian?
I would always put ranch in the fridge.
Okay. She puts everything in. And
now, Italian dressing doesn't have to go, because most of it is like just oil and spices, like, and herbs and shit. Like, it depends on what kind it is, but I would just go with what the bottle says. If it says refrigerated, then I would do that. If not, like, I get the submarine dressing from Walmart. It's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
But it's mostly just oil, spices, and garlic. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
And if you're suspending it in oil, why would you need to refrigerate it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if the bottle says nothing about refrigeration, I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. Good stuff. Yeah.
All right. The next.
Syrup. Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're. Yeah. Okay. We're done. Yeah.
Country crock.
I can't say it. I cannot say crunchy. I can't say it. I can't freaking say country.
You don't have to tell me, man.
Yeah, we're done. I'm not talking. I'm not talking.
I can't fucking handle it. Like when I said the other day to Chris, I said, you should have heard him say country crock the other day. And he was just like, yeah, man, you should have heard me saying crunchy. I was like, it's literally happening right in front of our fucking eyes, bro.
My brain shuts down. I had a lady at work. She can't say Arnold Palmer at all. Because not only because of the golfer, but the drink. And then it's Tanya Stiles is her name. And they're like, Tanya, say Arnold Palmer. And she's like, Arnold Palmer. It's just like your brain just shuts down. And that's how I am with country crock. I got to say it really slow, because if I don't, then I just butcher the shit out of it.
So funny, dude.
And that's 100% real. I know some people will probably be like, oh, he was just doing that to be funny. No, that was 100%. I can't say country crock, but I got to say it really slow.
It's so funny how slow you're. All right.
Yeah. Okay, so where we go? I think you're up next.
Number 5 is omphalphobia. Omphalphobia, the fear of belly buttons.
Oh, here's a fun fact. Autumn doesn't have a belly button.
What?
Yeah, how about that?
None.
Yeah, none. She's got a big, long scar. She was born with her intestines outside of her. So yes, as soon as she was born, she had to go down to Pittsburgh and get them all put in and everything. Yeah, she's just got about a 4-inch long scar where her belly button is. So it was a win-win, because I'm deathly afraid of belly buttons, and she comes around with no belly button.
What do you?
No, I'm lying. I'm not afraid of belly buttons.
I can't even imagine just like you looking at yourself in the mirror with your shirt off, like
I take it off and I just cover it. I put things in it. I just cut like that. Like you're that old Family Guy when Peter hires the maid and her job for the day is just to pull things out of Peter's belly button. And it's like she pulls like a carton of carton of cigarettes out and a ColecoVision and all sorts of things. That's what I do. I just like to cram things in there.
Like Marge's hair.
Yeah. Oh.
So,
oh man,
there was a story I read not very long ago about they did a study of like the dirt or the just like the junk inside this dude's belly button, and they found like dirt from China, which he had never ever been out of the country. Like, and they found it. They were like, this dirt's only available in China.
Well, then how's that? No,
I swear, bro.
No, come
just
on.
Like a shocking reality on the way that things are transferred from shoe to shoe. Like,
oh, okay, I can see that now. All right, so, all right.
You know what I mean? 12 people go to China, fly, walk around in some dirt, fly back. Their shoes are on the ground. The wind picks up, blows it into this guy's belly button. Like, wild. So,
that's just so weird.
I mean, it's true. Just be out there mowing the grass with no shirt on. Just like all of a sudden, just Chinese dirt just packing your belly button. Next thing you know, the doctor's like, "Hey, can you look at your belly button?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
sure.
now you know what I'm doing?
From China in here. What the fuck? Like,
I'm going to town on my belly button right now to see if I get anything.
Oh my god.
I got nothing. Clean as a whistle. Because I was even down in Pittsburgh, too. I could have gotten some, who knows what I could have gotten.
Yeah, it could have been some Indonesian sand in there.
Yeah. Something like Swahili. No, that's a language, isn't it? Swahili.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I remember, dude, my dad has a huge belly button. You could lose a pack of quarters in there. It's true.
I think like I had a friend that I think we could stick like a couple fingers in his belly button.
It's just like, wow.
I think yeah.
Mine fits the tip of my pinky for sure.
Yeah, I can get like one chunk of like one knuckle in of my finger. Like my index
your pointer finger?
Yeah, pointer finger. Yeah, I can get to the first. I can get to the first.
I can
not
too.
even. Well, you know what? No, I can't even get that far, like halfway.
My pinky will reach the bottom of my belly button.
Well, then again, I do have a 2-inch wide finger. Isn't that what I said?
Oh, yeah.
The width of your finger. Oh, good God. Oh.
All right, let's go on to number 6.
Number 6. We are going to... Oh, my God. Why did it stuck? Phobia, the fear of being watched by a duck. Not fear of ducks, but fear of being watched by a duck.
You don't have this, do you?
No,
oh, that's good.
No, because I think I told the story on here about the time that we had ducks in our pond, and I got a real deep connection with the one and ended up getting slaughtered by something.
Man, well, what about the duck? What about the ducks in your locker? Any more?
No, there's somebody took. Okay, so the last I knew, there was 5 yellow ducks in my goddamn locker, and then they're all gone, and now there's 1 blue duck. So I don't know if I got upgraded. Like, do you start like? Is it like currency? Like, oh, we'll start you with these little yellow ducks, and then now you've graduated to now like blue duck.
It's like winning prizes at an amusement park. Like, you trade in all your small ones for 1 medium one.
Yeah. So
that's it. No more have showed up.
No. For the last 2 weeks, it has just been 1 blue duck. That is it.
Wow.
And I don't even question it anymore. I'm not saying a word. This is the first I've talked about it, because I was making it a point every time I got in my locker, and I'm just like, what the hell? What the hell is a duck doing it? Now I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying a word. This is the first I've talked about it. I'm not going to talk about it when we go in tomorrow, unless there's like 10 ducks in there. I still might not. Like I said, I'm rolling with it. But they were looking at me, and I'm okay with that. Real or plastic, I'm good. I'm fine with a duck staring at me.
You don't have
it's when they start coming after me, like that fucking goose that I told that story.
Oh yeah,
Ooh, the anger in his eyes too. Like it was just.
dude. Have you ever seen goose teeth?
I don't think.
Look it up.
I'm gonna do it right now. Goose teeth.
It's horrifying.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That one picture almost looks like there's teeth on the tongue. Is there teeth on its tongue?
Yeah.
They have fucking tongue teeth. That's full on terrifying. I might have a fear of geese now. Because, I mean, that motherfucker was flying towards me. He didn't fly. I mean, he wasn't. I guess I shouldn't use that phrase because he wasn't flying, but his wings were out. But he was running towards me. And that squawk that he made, it'll still wake me up at night. Because I'll just hear that. Well, first I'll just hear that lady screaming from the window. You know, pure terror telling me to run back to my van.
Yeah,
that's freaky.
Dude, I mean,
that is freaky.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that.
That would hurt like a son of a bitch.
Why are they so armed with dangerous beaks?
Yeah. Yeah. And like how they're even pointed, like they're at an angle. Oof. No way, man. No way.
No way.
No way. Goose teeth. Who's the goose tooth?
Who put those teeth there? Not me. No way.
Oh.
Whose chair is that? Okay.
Yeah.
Phobias. So, all right. Fear of ducks, fear of belly buttons. Next one is Xanthophobia. Fear of the color yellow. I got nothing on that one. That's weird.
Like, why is it just yellow? Is there a word for every color? Like,
I don't know.
Like, since xantho, I'm assuming xantho must maybe be like Latin for yellow or something. I don't know. Whatever. But is there?
So if you have a fear of all colors, then intense fear of colors is what it says. It's called chromophobia.
How would you be able to live? Like, how could you go through life with a fear of colors? Like, you would have to just like wear sunglasses all the time.
Either way, though, like, I mean,
oh no,
yeah, like that is, yeah. So it says most people with disorder have an extreme. Oh, so it's just called chromophobia. They have an extreme aversion to one or two colors in particular, or they may fear bright colors.
Okay.
People with chromophobia have a severe anxiety attack when they see a color they're afraid of.
I just couldn't even imagine. That's nuts. That is nuts. I had to get up for a second. The fan was running. I was starting to get a little chilly. So there's a little dead silence there. Apologies.
Yeah. So the xanthophobia is a type of chromophobia that involves the fear of the color yellow. Greek words. Yeah, it's a Greek for xanth is yellow.
Oh, Greek. That makes more sense than Latin.
Yeah, Latin's a dead language, brother. What do you always get? You're always saying Latin.
Am I always? Do I always say that? Always? Do I always? Come on, Deej. Always. Come on.
Always?
Always.
You say it a lot.
Do I? Oh, man.
Maybe
Indeed.
not always. Indeed.
I'd say it enough. I don't know. It's
All
just
right.
easier to say Latin, I guess. I don't know.
The next one is for all the lovers of being nude.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's old vestiophobia, the fear of clothing. So that would be, that maybe there's permanent nudist colony people, and that's where they would have to live, I guess.
Just vestiophobia, fear of clothing.
Yeah.
That's some wild shit right there. This one is what I said that you had the other day.
Yes, because I think it might be true. Wow.
Hippopotamonstros. Well, hold on. Yeah. I need to look up how this is said.
Hippopotamonstrossequipedelophobia. I think I nailed it. Hippopotamonstrossequipedelophobia. hippopotamus, strausis, quipadellophobia.
I'm gonna look it up just to make sure that everything is pronounced
Because
just
it's
that way.
hippopotamus. You got a hippopotamus in there. Then you've got monstrosity in there. So hippopotamon, straus,
Okay, are you ready?
quipa. Yeah, I think.
All right, hold on. Let me hear it one more time.
You want to hear me say it?
No.
Oh.
Hippopotamonstrosis quipadellophobia.
Yes. There we go.
Yeah, hippopotamonstrosis quipadellophobia.
Okay, so strosis. So
Yeah.
I'm saying strausa. Okay, but I think I nailed it.
Why is that what
Pretty
it's
well.
called?
So it's basically, with the fear, it's basically throwing the fear right in trying to say what your fear is. With it being the fear of long words, and it's making you say, like, you can't even say the phobia you have because you're having to say the word that you're afraid of. Like,
Yeah,
that's just kind of being a dick. It's like, okay, we're going to name your phobia the longest word in the human language, or English language, whatever. And yeah, they should just have made it something really small. I should have just said word phobia, or long word phobia instead of hippomonostrosis quipadellophobia. Like, that's just, like I said, there's no, because you got the word hippopotamus. Then you've got monstrosity in there. Then you've got equip in there. Then equipadella, delio. I don't know. That's bad. That is bad. But I don't have a fear of long words. I just have an anger towards long words. I feel like long words sometimes are super unnecessary, and they're kind of demeaning. I feel like you're kind of talking down to somebody if you say a big word. Woo, I know big words. Look at me. Fuck you.
Hey, I resent that.
You should. So fuck you, Deej. Throwing your long words at me. You even know.
No, listen.
You're going to say a word, and I'm going to be like, what the hell does that mean?
It's not. No, I use them naturally. I don't just I don't go ahead I use the word of the day app, but I don't learn that word and then be like, I'm going to apply this today in some capacity. I just speak that way. I don't know why.
Just being a dick.
I'm not being a dick. This has been a long-standing thing with me. Like I said, Preston did the same thing to me.
I want you to say this because you've said this story at work, but I don't think you've said it on here, and it cracks me up every time you say this story. So
the one about Preston?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was training him how to use the sifter or whatever, and I said, yeah, some of this powder can be really invasive. And he goes, what? I was like, some of this powder can be really invasive. He goes, nobody fucking talks like that. I was like, you can breathe it in easily. He goes, just say that then.
I love that story so much because I feel that. Like, I feel that's the closest I've ever felt to Preston in my life is when you say that story, because I'm just like, well, it's not a big word, but when you threw sands out the other day, it's like, you know what? Screw you.
I like it though. It's easier, and I'm all about the easier approach.
No, it's easier just to say without.
It's not. Listen. Here's why I use military time, okay? Exclusively. I like it because there's no question, okay? There's no question about what time it is.
Yeah.
Right?
Wait, so that you use military time outside of work?
Oh, yeah, all the time. I don't, if I say, hey man, I'll meet you at 3:00, obviously I'm not going to say I'll meet you at 1500. That's dumb. Okay, but when I'm looking at the on my phone or in my car or anywhere, I just like to use military. It makes sense to me. I'd never have to question what time of day it is. That's why I like it. It's simple, and I think there's a nice reality to that.
I don't know, man. Because if
Listen.
I didn't have to use it at work, I would not use it. I still get confused at work.
It's
when
easy
I have
though.
to write. No, I mean, yes and no. It is, but then when you're a little frazzled at times at work.
Walk me through how you determine the time. Are you like everybody else, like every idiot out there, and subtract 12 from it? Because you don't have to do that.
I don't know what I do. I just no, I add 12.
You know, you don't even need to do that.
I don't know. It's more of just my brain sometimes, not all the time. I mean, like 90% of the time when I have to write the time down, I get it. It's usually the 8 or 10 o'clock. Like, I don't know.
You just have you just have to subtract 2. That's all you got to do from the main number, right? So if it's 20, you subtract 2 from it. Just pretend it's a 10 and subtract 2 from it. So if you got 12 o'clock, right? That's 12 o'clock. And then 1 o'clock is 13.
13,
all right, so subtract 2 from the 3, and that's 1. And you know it's 1. Same thing with every other time. And then when it gets to the end, it kind of gets a little weird. You have to treat it as like 2300. You have to treat it as a 13. You know what I mean? So afternoon, it goes from 1 to 13. And if you subtract 2 from every one of those numbers, that's what time it is. It's so easy to do.
I mean,
so
I get it.
If it's 1900, you take 2 from the 9 and just drop the 1. You're like, okay, it's 7 o'clock. Like,
yeah, I guess, but still, if I didn't have to use it at work, I would never, ever, ever use it.
I like it. And part of it was because at work, when I got hired at Danone, I had a hard time learning it. Mm-hmm. So I just put it everywhere. I was like, I'm just going to use it at home. I'm going to use it in my car. I'm going to force myself to learn how to use it. And then after that, I was like, I kind of like it. Like, it's not confusing at all. No,
I mean, it isn't. Like, when I'm thinking clearly, it's like I said, when I get screwed up is when I'm not thinking clearly. That's the only time, it's when I'm like,
how many times have you said, hey, I'll meet you at 6? And someone's like, a.m.?
No.
Fucking what? No.
No.
Like, never. Obviously not, but like,
no.
It's happened to me a bajillion times.
Really?
Yeah, someone will be like, what time? What time are y'all going to be there? Oh, I'll be there at 7 a.m.? Yeah, motherfucker, a.m. So I had a friend, his name was Dan, bless his heart, man. He did the weirdest thing I've ever seen anybody do, and he was in the military, and he decided he wanted to use military time even in normal conversation, which is insanity. But despite that, he would text me and be like, I'll be there at 1500. And then in parentheses, he'd put 3 p.m. Like, what the fuck are you doing, brother? Like, you don't need to do that. Either one or the other.
Yeah. Yeah. Military time never confused me. Yeah, I never hated it. I didn't mind it, but it's one of those, like, I'm fine with it, but I'm not going to use it outside of work. I'm not going to set my clocks to it. I'm never going to say, well, 2000. Here's that thing. Is it 2000 or is it 2000? If you say to somebody 8 o'clock, would you say 2000 or is it 2000?
I don't know.
Because it's 1900 and it's 2100.
I would just say, I would say 2000. I wouldn't say 2000.
I remember I got into a huge argument with my mom about this the one time when we were watching Price is Right. And when they would say, like for 1,000, one person said like 1,000, and like 2,000, they would say 2,000. And they're like, no, you don't say it like that. It's 1,000 or it's 2,000. I'm like, well, why is it not? If you say everything, 100, 200, 300, 800, 900, 1,000. But like, no, you say 1,000. No, you say you can do. There's no right or wrong, but there's nothing wrong with saying 1,000 or 2,000.
I mean, it's like it'd be like if you said, "Oh, today's February 19th, 2024." That sounds weirder than saying 2024. Yeah. But like, you're not going to say like, "I was born in 1990." Like,
I like to say that once. A guy at work at my old job, John Barr, used to always say that, and it just cracked me up because he would be like, yeah, do you remember? He's like, when I started back in 1998, I mean, he did it to be funny, and it made me laugh. So I like to do it once in a while,
Like, it is
just
funny,
for my
but, like,
self humor. Because like I'll be even like saying, I'm like, yes, when I graduated high school in 1996, but I don't say it seriously though. It's just funny.
It is funny, but but that, circling back around, that's why I use words that are unconventional.
Yeah,
because
you certainly do.
Because I feel like if I said, like, oh, it's without blah, 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 you know what I mean? There's a chance for someone to be like, what's he talking about? Without what? Without who? Like, if I say it's, it's syrup sans the corn, the corn syrup, you immediately know, maybe.
I knew what you
saying.
meant, but it was like it had been 30 years since I had heard anybody. I'd never heard anybody say that, like, in person. Like, it was always something on a goddamn Discovery Channel or Learning Channel or something, not on in between filler 1 and 2 at Danone at 2 in the morning.
Well, there's just certain things like your buddy who said, like, there's things strewn about. You immediately knew that it wasn't, it wasn't in order when he said that.
Yeah.
And that's a perfect word to describe that situation. You don't have to try to come up with, there's shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Swearing is the most lazy thing in the world, but it's necessary. But like, or you could just say, it's messy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, but everybody's definition of messy is different. You know what I mean? But if I say, hey, there's some stuff strewn about my car, you're going to get exactly what that dude is trying to portray to you.
Yes, and I knew exactly what he meant. And it's just still one of those, like, I'm like, man, I think deep down, like I said, I think I've said this before, I think it's a jealousy thing. And I think that's why I get a lot of anger. Because I'm jealous that I can't talk like,
I used to feel that way. Okay, like my friend James, he used to say, like, dude, I'll never forget it because he'd say it all the time. And he'd be like, who's your friend? His name evades me. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck, bro? Like, and yeah, it bothered me. And I'm like, why does he do that? But at the same time, I would never say that.
Yeah.
I would say, I forgot his name. That's what you say. You don't need to say his name evades me.
Yeah.
But like,
to say
this is invasive or intrusive also makes sense to me. It lets you know exactly. But if you don't know the word, then it causes an issue. Like, that's why I have an ex-wife. My ex-wife, I often would argue with her and I would say something. It literally just happened to me the other day. She's like, oh, is it okay if I pick up the girls on Sunday for a birthday party? And I said, oh, tentatively. She goes, what's that mean? I said, Jesus, Lord Almighty.
See, like I said, I know that word, but still, I wouldn't be like, what? I'd just be like, dick. And
it's like, but I'm not trying to be an asshole. Like, I don't know how to, that's the word I use.
Yeah, I get it. There's one more story. Growing up, well, we talked about my friend, Joe. He liked to throw out some big words, and he said a word one time that just angered me, and I ended up just getting up and leaving, and I left. And he was saying, he's like, I'm saying this facetiously. And I was like, nope, I'm done. Like,
Jesus is a good word, but I don't use it.
Yeah. Me and him would get in the weirdest argument. There was one time I spent the night at his house. He got up and I didn't like the way he looked. And then I just slapped him in the back of the head, and then I called my mom and told her I wanted her to come pick me up. We would have the weirdest arguments, and like I said, it was one of those. He's like, "Oh, being facetious," and I'm like, no. I think that was maybe when the first bit of my anger of big words started.
I mean, there are. Like I said, there's that story, and Brittany, if you're listening to this, I'm sure you'll remember back in my Domino's days, there was a guy who got just so pissed about our website, and people could leave reviews online, and then we would see them in the store. Like they'd flash across our screen, and we could see like, "Oh, great job, Domino's team." There was, there was the preset ones that people could just put in there. It was like, "Good job, thanks for making my pizza," yada yada yada, whatever. Or "You're my pizza hero," just shit like that. But you could also put a custom one in there, and sometimes people would blow that shit up. And it was wild, some of the stuff that would come through. But this one dude was so angry at our website and decided to take to the review system to bitch about it. And he said, "Your website sucks. It is a total floxinosity hillapillification. Look it up. That's a real word." And I was like, wow. Floxinosity hillapillification. That is not the word. So I look it up, and it literally, the definition of it is to deem something as worthless.
Wow.
So it would have been more effective if he said, "Your website is fucking worthless." I would have been happier with that.
Exactly. Instead of
now
saying
that word is too big.
Yeah. I'm very impressed how you were able to say that the way that you said it.
I mean, I remember I had to literally look up a YouTube video, and there was a guy who was like, "I'm going to teach you how to say this really long word." And he picked up a guitar and he goes, "Floxinosity hillapillification." And I remember it's been stuck in my head ever since.
My God in heaven. Oof.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
It's like, why would you need these giant words? Like, to deem something as worthless, just say, yo, that's worthless.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like just swearing and saying small words is just as effective, I feel.
Like if I got mad at work, be like, "This fucking line is a floxinosity hillapillification. That's a word, look it up." And I just stormed out the door. Like, everyone would be like, "Fucking what? What the hell did he just say?"
But
we don't even know what he said.
No, we all know you well enough now that I would just be like, it's Deej.
He doesn't like it, apparently.
Yeah. It's like he's mad.
I guess from
throwing a Deej word.
From the context clues, I could have understood. Like, he goes, "Your website sucks. It's a floxinosity hillapillification." Like, does he like it? I can't tell.
I think he likes it.
Like, just like quoted, like put it on the website, but like, "This customer says our website is a floxinosity hillapillification. Order now." Like, I don't know, man. That's just sometimes I just feel like there is no better way to say, sans this, I mean, without.
Yeah, I guess.
I feel like it's, I don't know, man. You know what other word I say all the time? Albeit.
Oh, that's another. I've never, ever in my life used it because I feel like it's another one of those. I don't know if I would use it right, so I just don't even use it. Like I'm even like even right now.
You kind of use it in like the same way you use like despite blah blah blah. Like, "Oh, I hate going to Walmart, albeit I go there a lot," or whatever.
That's not how I thought I would use it. That's why I went a little silent there. I was even trying to think, what would I even like? How does that word even get used?
So, oh God, you're gonna hate this, dude. Here's what Google says: how to use albeit. Albeit is used to introduce a subordinate clause that contrasts or qualifies the information given to the main clause of a sentence. For example, Ted found the motivational speaker inspiring, albeit a little preachy.
All right. That's amazing. Albeit stupid. Oh, I don't know if I used it right.
No. Oh my God, you definitely did, and that was hilarious.
Oh
man, that might be the title of the episode.
At least we got some ideas this time. All right,
man, that was funny.
Yeah, so
that's amazing. Albeit stupid.
That could be the title of our show. Yeah.
It's similar to saying although.
Okay, so although is like, okay, I do say although.
Carla is very nice, albeit sometimes stubborn.
Okay.
You know what I also say a lot? I digress.
I do like that one. I do like, it's another one I very rarely ever say it.
We digress so often, but we never say it.
Yes.
You say it tangentially, like if you're...
Jesus, fuck. Gentry.
What? You didn't even...
I'm going to try to be clandestine here, and then we'll get to the...
God.
Albeit transgestingly.
Wow.
What did you say?
Tangentially?
Tangentially. I can't even say country crock. How in the hell am I going to say any of these other goddamn words? You know?
Damn.
Yeah.
So when you go onto a tangent, like what we should be saying now is, oh, I digress. Number 7.
Yeah.
Or no, number 8. No, fuck.
No, we're all the way up to number 10, dear.
Man, we're on number 10. Did you say deer?
I did call you a deer, yes.
Oh, my Lanta.
Yeah.
Dude, we are so digressing.
Yeah. So as I digest, number 10, linonophobia is the fear of string. So now, like, I wonder how big, like...
Just string in general?
Yeah. Like, what kind of, like kneading, like, or when you, knitting, like knitting string, like...
So this says, a person with linonophobia will have an extreme reaction even when just thinking of string, let alone seeing it in person.
Well, speaking of string, Autumn's got a horrible fear of hair. Like, she does not like hair, like clumps of hair, like random hairs, like sitting somewhere, freaks her out. So Izzy will. This might be. I'm hoping I'm not talking. I guess if we move on and this is one of them, I will cross it off. Izzy will purposely, like when she washes her hair and then she'll have like a little clump of hair, she purposely slaps it up against the bathroom wall so that because she'll know that when Autumn goes in there, she'll be like, oh my God, there's a clump of hair on the bathroom wall.
How often are you cleaning hair off?
Not that often. I think Autumn gets it, but I think it's that one of those, she cups the water, with her hand, and then she just throws it up to the wall and then just lets it go down the drain. So not very often. And there are times that I know that the hair is there and I know I could easily take it off the wall, but nah, I'm not going to do it. I like to hear Autumn get pissed about that. But yeah. So that when you even, I guess the reason I went on that tangentially was because I digressed, and like when Autumn even thinks about hair, she gets all freaked out. Like she just starts like she gets the willies, the jimmies, the fucking shit. See, all this talk about words, now I'm really like focusing on what words I'm trying to say.
So she has trichophobia.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is that on here, or did we?
No, I looked it up.
You looked it up. Okay, so that's not one of the ones on here.
It's a rare irrational phobia that can include a fear of hair on the head or a fear of touching or seeing loose hair on clothing, furniture, or other surfaces.
Yeah. Because, like, the hair on her head doesn't bother her. She likes to tickle my hair because she says my hair is nice and soft. So it's not like she's scared of hair or a fear of hair. It's just the hair that's not connected to the head, that's in random places, is what grosses her out. Yeah. Well, chew on that.
It's also called I don't even know how to say that. Chitophobia? Same thing.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
It is interesting. Yeah. It felt like it was more interesting than talking about somebody being fear of string. I think.
Just the fear of hair brings us to the next one, which coincides with each other, and it's called pogonophobia, which is the fear of beards. And I looked it up, and it is just people who are afraid of other people with beards. Can't even look at a picture of a person with a beard.
Dang. Yeah, I'm starting to grow mine back. I just so bad wanted to just get rid of all the facial hair so I didn't have to wear those goddamn beard nets. But I just look so damn goofy with no facial hair on my face.
It's a constant struggle, my guy.
Yeah. Yeah. But I get it. Beards can be... Yeah.
It can be menacing in the proper context.
Yeah. So in a way, of all the ones so far, that one's very, very relatable.
It's associated with ruggedness. And you know why beards are a thing? Do you know this? Do you know why men grow facial hair?
Of course not.
Would you like to know?
Sure, why not?
We're here. Interesting fact.
I'm sure it is.
Men grow facial hair to protect themselves against other men from physical violence.
Why would growing a beard... Like, it's
genetically speaking, it's in your bloodline from Vikings. Or if back in the day you grew a beard to show you're a warrior, and it also provides a cushion from being socked in the fucking face.
Oh, okay. Now I get it.
So like it was a statement, like same thing with like mowing your lawn. It's the same concept. You grow a beard to say I'm a fucking warrior. And if you punch me in the face, it's going to be less painful than if you punch that guy over there who has no beard.
Yeah. Okay. I get it.
Like the Amish people, they grow a beard to show that they're married. Like there's a lot of stuff with facial hair that is unique.
Yeah. I just grow it because I feel like I look better with hair. Not that I even grow it long. It doesn't go, I don't get it to go past longer than a half an inch, then it starts driving me nuts.
Dude, I look so stupid without a beard. Like, so that's what I do. I grow it because it's absolutely terrible.
Yep. Like the older I'm getting, my neck's like connecting to my face, and like I've got no jawline now. It's all just old man fat and everything, and I just look weird. And at least with the beard, it gives my face like structure and contour and stuff, where if I didn't, I feel like I look like a cartoon character. Like my chin goes away. I have no chin. I have no, like I said, I have no jawline. I've got nothing. Just a big, flat, straight, stupid face. So that's really the only reason why I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you refer to your Facebook Messenger...
Oh my God, you look ridiculous. That's hilarious. You look like a little baby. That is precious.
That's a Snapchat filter.
Oh. Well, if I had Snapchat, I would do a filter. Like we talked about before, I've already got at least 2 different accounts I can't get in, and I'm not making a third. I'm not doing it. I don't understand why it won't let me retrieve my username and email or my password. I send the email. It says send, here's your email. We'll send you a new code. And then I never get anything. So fuck you, Snapchat. Bastards.
That's all right. You could probably find one on any.
That's true. But it probably is like just a fielder. A filter.
Fielder.
Fielder. I'm telling you, my vocabulary is, I'm getting all freaked out and
discombobulated.
I'm very discombobulated. Very much so.
All right, let's go ahead. Anyway. The number 12.
Number 12. Oh, is it my turn? It is my turn. It's nomophobia, fear of being without mobile phone coverage. That is, I tell you what, that probably might be even more relatable than the beard one.
I mean, yeah, like I've never I don't care. You know what I mean? Why is a fear? Just because fear of being disconnected?
Yeah. exactly.
What the hell? That's gotta be, that's so new age, dude. Like,
It's very new age. Like, well, that's when I'll even tell, the old stories of, me growing up, anybody that's 40 or above know that, there were times that if you needed to reach somebody at work, you had to call work and then have somebody try to find you. It wasn't just, oh, my wife's calling me, I got to answer. No, 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 no. It didn't work that way. It was, if you're at work and there's no phone, then you got to call that job. You got to tell that person to try to find you, to have you find them, to get to the phone. Yeah, it's a whole big ordeal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So now it's just like,
and now it's, So now, if anybody goes more than 10 minutes without looking at their phone, or if there's no phone, it'd probably freak people out. So that's very, and I'm not going to lie, I probably am a little bit like that too. Like, I always say I'm going to keep my phone in my locker at work, but then I just instantly keep thinking, what if something happens? Like, what if something happens to Autumn? What if something happens to Izzy? And my phone's in the locker, just buzzing away. Nobody can find me.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I
get it.
I get it too, but I don't know if I'd fear it, because half the time we don't have service in that damn room anyway.
That is true. But it's definitely relatable. I bet you there's a lot of nomophobics out there.
Probably don't even realize it.
Yeah. Yep.
Interesting.
It is.
So let's see. The next one's just weird. Chinonophobia is the fear of snow. I can see why people would fear snow, but it's weird. It's a little odd.
Yeah, that is odd.
The next three are pretty mainstream. Actually, the next four are pretty mainstream. Arachnophobia, acrophobia, claustrophobia, and agoraphobia. All are pretty mainstream fears that people have probably heard. Fear of spiders, fear of heights, fear of confined spaces, and fear of open, crowded spaces.
Yes. The older I get, the more agoraphobic I get.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, spiders, depends on the girth. Heights. I'm okay with heights for the most part. Claustrophobic, I don't think I've ever really felt like I was claustrophobic.
Yeah.
But then claustrophobia and agoraphobia kind of go hand in hand in some, like, crowded space, and claustrophobia confined. Yeah.
So
maybe
I
have
a bit of nyctophobia, which is fear of the dark, but more or less fear of just pitch black.
Okay.
Like in a room or an area that is completely pitch black. I don't like it. And I also have a fear of hold on, let me see if it's a thing. Sedatophobia is the intense fear and panic related to the lack of noise. So the fear of pure silence.
Ooh, so being in a pitch black place with no sound at all would just go insanity then, basically.
Yeah, so like that's why one of the reasons that like the thought of space like freaks me the fuck out. Not the absence of light in that aspect, but the absence that like do you remember the movie? It's got Clooney and
Sandra Bullock.
I was gonna say her name evades me. Sandra Bullock and Clooney. I forget what it's called right now, but
I know exactly what movie you mean. I can't remember what it's called either.
Yeah, but in that movie, at the very beginning of the movie, before kind of all the shit hits the fan and you get the plot of the film, the very first thing that is said is, man, it's quiet out here. Like super quiet, super silent. There's no sound in a vacuum. So immediately I was like, I'm never going to space. Never. I don't care. I'll blow up with the planet if I have to. Like, you know what I mean? Unless you're going to teleport me there, I can't do it.
Yeah,
and I've always been that. I can't, man. Like
Yeah.
if my ear is on the pillow and like one ear is silent and the other one is hearing stuff, it like freaks me the fuck out.
Oh my. Huh.
That's why I always have to like in my bedroom we have like the Amazon Echo. It's playing a thunderstorm. We have the air purifier that's running in the background. I'll even run that shit if the filter's bad. I'll just turn it on for the noise.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Now-
somewhere in the bedroom there's like a fake candle that like gives the illusion that there's like a candle lit.
Okay.
So I can kind of see what's going on.
Yeah.
I have a little tiny lamp on my bedside table. It's really dim. It's like a Himalayan salt lamp.
Oh.
So it
Oh,
doesn't-
okay. I know what you mean. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so it's super, super dull and warm, and it doesn't
Yeah.
like light the room up enough to where it's annoying. But you better believe if I have a fucking window cracked open, I am not happy. It's too much.
Yeah. Now, see, to go to sleep, I need noise. Yeah, we have the same thing. We have a sound machine. But there are some times when I love silence, where I just don't want to hear a dang thing.
I mean, literal silence will wake me up. Like I've woken up, it is happening.
Oh, that's a little backwards, isn't it? That's
Yeah, like if the power goes
Yeah.
out, silence goes off, it wakes me up. I'm like, what the fuck? It freaks me the fuck out. Like my inner self is just not happy with that. So it wakes me up, and then I'm like, I don't like it. Then I end up going to like a panic attack because I'm like, why is the power out? Like, you know, what do I need to do to, you know, make this stop and yada yada yada. So that sucks. But if it happens like at work, it doesn't bother me. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm down with that. I'm down with all of that.
Like, have you ever been in the grocery store when the power goes out?
No, I was at McDonald's when the power was out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, luckily I wasn't close to the freaky clown painting though. Yeah. Yeah.
You were inside McDonald's?
Yep. Long time ago, probably 1985, I would say.
Nice.
Because I was young, and I remember it was a weekend that we were with my dad. And I remember me and my sisters were sitting there, and then, we were sitting there eating, and all of a sudden, gone. Everything's gone. Pitch black. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's.
But not a grocery store. I bet you that would be a little freaky.
I mean, it wasn't for me. The power just went out, and the backup generators kicked on. But as soon as the power goes out, everyone screamed. I'm like, what the fuck? What's your problem? Like, dude, it's fine.
Yes. I do remember screaming at the McDonald's when that happened.
Now, I remember one time there's a strange girl that works at the DuBois Walmart, and I'm sure that some people have had an interaction with her. But I remember the power went out one time when I was at Walmart. I hadn't bought anything yet, but I was just standing there, and the power went out, and everyone's like, "Oh!" And then it was just complete silence for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I just kept doing what I was doing. I thought, maybe it'll come back on. And then I heard this girl at the front. She's running the self checkouts. And I knew there's a bunch of people up there, and I just heard complete silence, and I hear, "Who's having fun?" And nobody said a fucking thing. And I'm like, wow. Fucking bad, dude. Crickets, brother.
Oh, that would be a massive fear of mine right there.
What would you call
Screaming
that?
something and then not having anybody respond? Yeah, that would be terrible.
Let's see if there is one.
Yeah, well, it would be like a fear of ignorant, like people ignoring you.
I don't know. No, I just keep getting stuff about agoraphobia.
Yeah. Oh.
But yeah, that's a unique one. You know, like you have to, the amount of courage you have to just like, who's having fun? And I like happened to look over, and she had her fist in the air. She really pumped it up. It was just, who's having fun? And everyone was like, what the fuck? Like, I ain't saying a fucking thing, bro.
I think I'd have just been like, you know what? I'm leaving. Like I'm out of here.
I just walked out of the store. I guess I'm done.
Yep.
See,
I would have probably felt bad, and then I might have like done my fake laugh because I would have like felt bad for her that, you know, because you got to figure she probably felt really stupid at the time, thinking that she was going to get some sort of like loud reaction And basically
Yeah.
everyone just kind of, huffed in there. And I would probably just been like, and then, to give her something, make her feel a little bit better. But
Yeah,
that's
I don't know,
terrible.
man. It's a little strange.
Yeah.
Let's see. So a lot of these, like, for some reason, they repeat themselves, but
Yeah. Yeah. So now, number 5. Oph- Ophidiophobia, fear of snakes. Yeah, snakes freak me out. I get it. Fear of dogs, my best friend Joe, he is deathly afraid of dogs.
Huh.
Yeah, my dogs are all small, basically run on batteries, and he is scared of them. he got bit by one when he was young, so
I
he
mean, yeah, it
kind
makes
of
sense.
yeah. And that's fear of dogs is. I'm assuming it's cynophobia. It's CYN.
Yeah, cynophobia.
Yeah.
But Tammy doesn't have a fear of dogs, but she doesn't like being around other people's dogs with her daughter because her daughter got bit when she was little, and it was really traumatic for her. So,
Totally. Ooh. Sorry about that. I was in mid yawn.
Oh, you're good.
Oh.
When we're when we go visit people with dogs, sometimes she gets a little xenophobic.
Yeah, I totally understand that. Yep. Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
too.
I always feel bad. Like we went to my cousin's house and they have huge dogs and they just kind of just let them go. They're like English Mastiffs or something.
Oh my god, those things are huge.
Yeah, I'm just like, bro, like you just let these dudes run wild and like it's just normal for them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they're just so all over the place. And they're just like, get down. But like that, Tammy was like freaking the fuck out. And I'm like, bro, like, you need to do something about this.
Yeah.
So like I felt bad. Like the whole weekend we were there, they had to like keep their dogs away.
Yeah.
But,
it makes for awkward because the dog owners are more than likely knowing that the dogs will do nothing. But,
right.
But then you still got to think, okay, there's that slight chance. Well, I went to a house one time and the guy's like, oh, my dog doesn't bite. In the meantime, the fucking thing's gnawing at my heel of my foot. I'm like, well, your dog, you might not think your dog's nice, but this one's, or is nice, but this one's chewing the back of my leg off here. No, she's not. I'm like, yeah, she is. So, yeah, I get that. Yeah, it makes it for very awkward times with pets.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a fear of any animal. I kind of fear cats because I'm allergic to them, but like I'm not terrified of them. Like,
yeah,
I want to love on cats, but I can't. Like, I know it'll fuck me up if I do.
Yeah.
I do fear not knowing, if there's a cat nearby.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like if I'm at someone's house and I know they have a cat and I haven't seen it, and I'm like, where the fuck is that thing? Like, I need to know where it's at because if it claws me, I'm gonna get hives. So
yeah, yep. Or just all of a sudden it just jumps on your fucking head.
Yeah.
you look up and there it is staring at you.
So, do you know anybody who has trypophobia? Our number 7 phobia is trypophobia, and it is fear of irregular patterns or clusters or small holes or bumps.
Not off the top of my head, I can't think of me knowing anybody, but I can see that's kind of feels like that's like a bit of not autism. Well, I guess maybe a little like a skosh of autism, maybe.
And it could be. I mean, there's just Then a lot of people were saying this about the new NBA regulation basketball that's coming out. It's been 3D printed and it's airless.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Have you seen it?
I have not.
Yeah, check it out. Airless basketball. Would be the first article. If you type in airless basketball, it'll be the first article underneath Wilson.
What the hell is that? That even looks weird.
That's $2,500.
Look at them. I don't know. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could touch it. Because I am. I tell you what. You know what? Now that there are certain things that I can't. That freaks me out to touch.
I mean, yeah, I'm with you on that, but like maybe not that pattern specifically. Like,
I don't like the looks of it. No, I don't know if I could. It would take me a little bit to touch it.
I mean, the human brain is pretty good about knowing what the texture of something is. Very rarely do you go up to something and not know what it's going to feel like before you touch it.
Yeah. Very true.
You have some kind of idea because there's only so many things. It's the same thing, and I think we talked about this before, maybe on another episode, maybe one of the first episodes, but you look around your room, anything that you imagine what it feels like to lick, you know what it feels like.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, the licking thing. That's yeah.
You know what I mean? Your brain is a pretty good judge of character just based off it itself. Like, you know what that's going to be like.
Yeah. Yeah, but it still can be trippy. Yeah,
that's
like I said,
trypophobia.
Yeah, yep, it's trippy, baby. Yeah, I keep looking at this thing. I don't know if I could do it. I mean, I could do it, but it would. Whew.
See,
yeah, that's
seeing
weird.
patterns and seeing pictures doesn't really give me any anxiety. Like, the only thing that I get is the I suffer from, which a lot of people do, is the uncanny valley freaks me the fuck out.
The who?
The uncanny valley. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
All right.
Uncanny valley.
Yeah. The uncanny valley is a psychological and aesthetic theory that describes the relationship between how similar an object is to human and the emotional response to that object.
Oh, okay. I'm checking this out right now. Oh.
It's the eerie sensation that one feels when they encounter a robot with human-like characteristics.
Oh, I can't look at these fucking robot faces. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, that one in the middle.
Yeah, so this is defined as a phobia.
Ooh.
So it's like whenever you see a doll that's like really fucking realistic and you're just like, ooh, it's following me, it's freaking me the fuck out. Yeah, that's uncanny valley.
Okay, so I think I suffer from uncanny valley then.
So the theory behind uncanny valley is fucking interesting.
I'm getting the chills. Oh my god, there's a TikTok of a lady. Oh, I just got the willies. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, let me see if I can find the theory about why it is what it is. Basically, okay, but without finding it, basically they're saying that, like, genetically speaking, or like somehow over time, evolution standpoint, whatever, uncanny valley, the reason why we fear things that aren't human but look almost human is because of a fear response that we had from our past in some capacity. Like, what were we running from that looked almost human but wasn't, and why are we so scared of that?
Okay. Yeah, I get that. Totally. 100%.
So, like, that, it's weird. It's definitely different.
Like I said, I never heard of it, and I'm after looking at those pictures of those robot faces and that TikTok of the lady and the doing the thing, I wish I never would have heard of this. I pretty much I got a new phobia now.
Well, you're not alone.
I just developed a new one.
You're not alone.
Ooh,
all right, let's rapid fire the rest of these because we're pushing 2 hours here. So,
good lord, always.
I know.
So,
number 8 looks like it. How the fuck do you say that?
I'd say the P is silent. I'd say it's Torontophobia. Torontophobia?
Yeah, Torontophobia. Fear of feathers.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Fear of feathers, spelled almost the same way as a pterodactyl. They didn't have feathers. That's fucking weird.
How do we know pterodactyls didn't have feathers? Do you know that?
You know what? You're fucking right, bro.
I am right. I am.
Number 9 is a repeat.
Yep. Ooh. Well, yeah. Number 10, taphophobia, fear of being buried alive. I'd say every human being probably would have that fear.
Yeah.
That would be awful. Oh. And then 12.
12's a repeat. 13's a repeat. Spectrophobia, fear of mirrors or one's own reflection. That's a strange one.
Yeah.
And the last one is xenophobia, which is a fear of strangers or foreigners.
Yeah. Yep. I've heard that term a lot. I'm more of a fear of. It's not that I fear strangers. I just usually don't like strangers. Foreigners,
Well, yeah,
I have no problem with foreign, but strange. Like I always said this with anytime with my old job, even with this one. I'm not gonna be afraid to admit it. I usually never like new hires. Because it's somebody new, so I'm just instantly not gonna like you at first.
it didn't take you long to warm up to me.
No, you were pretty easy. I'm getting better. The older I've gotten, I think ever since, I think it was my old job. I didn't like anybody. Because I knew they weren't gonna last.
First conversation.
Oh.
Do you remember? It was in the locker room. Because my locker was still right next to yours at that time.
Oh my God, that's right.
And all I remember is walking in there and I said something. And you were like, "Oh, you're the new guy." And I was like, "Yeah." And then you said,
and I was like, "Fuck off.
Fuck right off, brother.
Fuck off, bitch."
Now, I knew it wasn't long after we talked about Ready Player One. And that was kind of what settled me with you.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's got it. Because you were the first person ever to tell me that great book. That's all you needed to say was fucking awesome book, bro. Like, fuck yeah, dude. You're my spirit animal.
I think the very first thing I ever said to you was, "Do you want to do a podcast?" No. I don't.
Hilarious.
Yeah. I feel like a year and a half from now, we're gonna do a show together. No, I don't remember what the hell. What? Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, I feel like Ready Player One, I think was our first connection.
It was our first real conversation.
And then, because I think it went from that to Star Wars, and then it was magic ever since.
That's right.
Yeah.
And here in my notes, I have a thing called the Mitch Diaries, and I don't know. I only have 3 things on here. These were some of the very first things that you had said to me in some point. The first one being was I can't divulge because that would give away why you're called Spirit of the Woodpecker.
Oh.
The second one, and the earliest one that I can remember, is ew, fuck lemons. I hate them, but I love lemonade. And then the last one was Bingo McDonald.
Oh, yes. Yes, the infamous Bingo McDonald conversation.
Oh, what a good one. That one's funny.
And yeah, who's to think, I know there was a lot more, but it didn't make the diary.
Well, this one here, it says 9/29/23. Mitch walked up to me, dead ass serious, and asked, "Have you or anyone you know ever heard of the game Skyrim? My barber told me about it." That's my favorite thing. My barber.
I still love the way you looked. The way you looked at me, I just felt 2 feet tall. She's like, "You're fucking with me, aren't you?" No, it's like what? I'm like, no. Like, I'm being like totally serious. Like, I've never heard of this.
Oh man. Which is so funny because I've never played that game, but it's so ensconced in pop culture.
Yeah.
That it's like, how have you not heard of it?
It's not that ensconced.
It is. It'd be like, to me, it's like if someone walked up and was just like, "Have you ever heard of a car?" Like, people drive them, I guess. Gets them from A to B. I never heard of it. Like, dude, I remember one time in fucking home ec class, ages ago. I was probably 8th grade, and we're all going around. The teacher's giving us a worksheet, and she's going over all these different kitchen appliances and yada yada yada. And we're going through, and every person's kind of got to like popcorn read, like what about it. And it comes to me, and she's like, "All right, Deej, read number 5 or whatever it was." And I said, "Blender." And the girl's hand behind me shoots up faster than a fucking rocket ship. And she goes, "Okay, what's up?" And she's like, "A what?" She goes, "A blender?" She goes, "A what? What is it?" She goes, "A blender." She goes, "Never heard of it."
Oh my God.
You're like, she goes, "You've never heard of a blender?"
Jesus.
She's like, "Yeah, what is it?" And she like grabs a physical blender. She's like, "Nope, never seen it."
Oh my God! What kind of life did this girl live?
I don't know. It turns out we found out not very long after that her eyes didn't flip the world back up like upright for her.
What?
Have you ever heard this?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, so her eyes lack that thing that flips the world upright for her.
Oh my God!
So she just sees everything upside down.
Yeah, I have heard of it, but I never knew that anybody, like, I mean, I knew people had it. Wow.
Yeah, so we found that out right after, and we were like, "Oh, no wonder." I said, hold the blender up upside down. Maybe she'll understand. Like, I don't fucking know, dude. That's some weird shit. She didn't do very well in school.
Well, I was gonna say, obviously not. Oh my God, that poor kid.
Yeah.
Whew. Like, how would you even fix that? There's like no way of fixing that, would there?
I would assume some kind of wild pair of glasses would probably do it.
Yeah. Poor kid.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'll never forget that. Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
You never heard of a blender? Fucking what? So yeah. Some people, man, you never know.
No, you never know till they start talking.
That's amazing, albeit stupid.
Albeit stupid.
All right, folks, I guess that's it for this week's episode of Ineffably Sublime. Join us next time where we do something. We're not sure what, but we're going to do it.
We will, and we'll enjoy doing it.
That's right.
And hopefully you guys will enjoy listening to us doing it. Oh, yeah,
we were supposed to rate the ratings today, but we decided against it. We're going to work up something special for that. Maybe make it a little bit more egregious.
Ineffable.
Yeah. We'll make it more ineffable.
Yeah.
For everybody.
This one might require like actual homework. Like,
yeah,
like actually physically working on doing this.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
we got a lot of time to do that though.
That's right, because we have all the time in the world, man.
We do. Yep.
Unless we're hit by a magical EMP or something, we're fine.
Magical EMP? What the fuck's an EMP? Electrical magnetic pulse? Oh,
yeah.
Sweet.
It knocks out all the power in the power grid.
Oh, yeah. Now I know.
Listen, if that happens, guys, happens, you can count on me and Mitch to do this show on ham radio live every day. Because we will be bored out of our minds. We won't have to go to work. We'll just do Ineffably Sublime.
Yeah.
We'll take over the public library. We'll have an endless amount of information, and we'll just compile episodes and just go live on ham radio.
Oh, you guys will be learning lots of shit from us.
That's right. We're gonna teach you how to grow apples.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. Apples have to survive a winter before you can grow them. It's not just as simple as putting it in the ground and growing it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You got to put those seeds in the fridge for like a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You have to fake a winter for the apple seeds before they'll grow. Man.
I mean, I've had to fake a lot of things in my life before, but never. Now I never would have thought seeds.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta fool them some bitches.
Wily ass seeds.
That's right. All right. Latris on the Menjay, folks.
Keep it tight, y'all.